It's 5:30 p.m. I'd like to open the Board of Health meeting. So, do we have anything to add or remove from the agenda?
She is.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's Adam Tuesday, right?
Okay. Do you have anything to add, Darlene, to the agenda?
To the agenda. Yes, we're going to table the minutes.
Okay.
And we are going to, let's see, we have an Ebola educational document that came through from MDPH.
Okay.
That came through.
Put that under Director's Issues, D, if that works for you.
Sure, that sounds
All right.
great, thank you.
Okay. I saw it. We have a bill schedule?
Yes, we do, sir.
Okay.
Darlene, I added something when you were there
Oh, okay.
because
MHLA,
it's going to be in by the end of the month.
beautiful. That just came through.
I just did mine today, too. The memberships.
Yeah.
Okay, so Commonwealth of Massachusetts, renewals, and Cheryl, public health nurse, and then the MHOA memberships. Okay, check on that.
Motion to accept or approve bill schedule is presented.
A second motion?
Aye.
Aye. It is a vote. Okay, we can walk right into director's issues, starting with correspondence.
Okay, so in your packet, you will have the items for the requests that we're going to be listening to tonight for two of the facilities, Stinky's Reptiles and Aquatics and Cake Addictions by Bree. We also have the items that we utilize for Jack's Variety.
Okay.
Additionally, we also have the Wheelabrator amendment for solid waste disposal. And that is, as you may recall, I mentioned it, there have been a group of towns that were originally with the Wheelabrator disposal agreement. And that group has, that group has been meeting over the past several months to look at the contract. There is a clause in the contract that allows each municipality to exit the contract if there was notification made by the end of next year. And we also have very competitive rates for disposal of trash in the market right now. So it seemed like a good time to take a look at what the options were out there. There was a group of, from the larger group, there were 10 towns for the negotiating team that worked to come up with this amendment. And this is the amendment that's before you. This is actually going to bring our costs down. So in a lot of the times when you have an amendment to a contract, it's going up. Right now we're at over $75 per ton for tipping fees. This amendment is going to bring it down to $66 per ton, and in the first year, actually, we're going to realize the savings starting January 1st. So within a month, we're going to start saving money. So it has the savings outlined in it, and obviously we've looked at that. That's going to be cost savings to the town, and we will be presenting that to the selectmen tonight for their meeting. So that is something that the town manager signs all the contracts, but obviously the Board of Selectmen were very involved with the original contract and signed the original contract. It was a 20-year contract. So it makes sense to look at it right now, and I think that the negotiating team did a great job of, hitting all the main areas where the town could save money. So I'm pretty excited about it. We've attended meetings over the past several months, and I just wanted to make you aware, because I've been talking about it. We finally got this draft agreement through last week, and our interests have also been protected as well. In addition to our town council looking at it, the group also hired an attorney with part from everybody's input of tonnage. So we had Copeland and Page review the entire agreement and work with Waste Management's attorneys as well to come up with this agreement. So it's a solid legal agreement, and I just wanted to let you know that we'll have this amendment hopefully going forward tonight.
Good.
So that is the update on the Waste Management. And then additionally, I have the warrant for the solid waste billing starting for January through June for the board to sign.
And this one doesn't require a vote, it's just a signature, I
No, just a
believe.
signature.
Okay.
Yep.
Because whether we vote or not, it's going out.
Bills are ready to go.
Good. Stay on top of it, and then we'll watch, and then usually by February, we have bringing people in for non-payment. Oh, you need that. There you go.
Yes, downstairs immediately.
Yep,
Thank you.
thank you. Okay, any questions on correspondence, Steve? Do you have any issues? All right, was there anything else you wanted to go over? I saw the Central Mass Mosquito Control.
Yeah,
That's
that's
just
just
a
the
meeting-
yearly
meet-
notification
Yep.
of when they're having their meetings.
Okay.
And then I also wanted to, do we have a few minutes still?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
we have
Yep.
7 or 8 minutes before
So-
the first hearing.
Yeah, let me just tell you, I have some good news to report for the MAHB, the recent seminar that we attended. There were 4 of us that attended, and we're actually going to get reimbursement from Region 2 on that.
Oh, good.
So we have a savings of that, I actually took it with me here, for $436.
Good.
So I'm pretty happy about that. So we just submitted that today, so we're in good shape on that. And then I also wanted to give you a follow-up, because I had asked the board members to make sure that you were registered in on the HAN. I know,
already have it,
you are Ray, and you had expressed some concern, Steve, because they kicked you out.
The
because-
listserv was limited in
because
size, so they weren't able to include you,
Yeah,
right?
so I did actually speak a couple of times to our representatives through Region 2 because they have a direct contact at the state, and expressed my concern because here I am almost badgering our board members to get on the HAN, and then to say that there's limited space on it, it kind of concerned me, so.
I get an idea. Would you want it sent to your email or your phone? Because there's a location where I can put it to 2 of my phones. I only have 1 phone. I can always use my second one to send to his phone.
Oh,
Or
okay.
or a second
That's
email.
a creative way to get it through. I had, in speaking with them, we actually have 4 people represented for Auburn. So it's Eileen, myself, Paula, and I think it's you, Ray.
Oh, really? I'm out of Westboro.
Oh, are you
I was
on
out of
Westboro?
Framingham first, and then Westboro. I never hooked up when I was here. I never got in under Andy because
Okay.
I thought
Maybe it's 3 then. Oh, no, I'm sorry, no. It's actually, we actually have 5 because we have 2 people from the region.
Yep.
Carrie and Seth
Yep.
cover all of the towns, so there's room for 5 spots.
So that's the
And
3
so
of you.
that's the
Yeah.
3 for the town
And
and
the-
then 2 for the
Yep.
region.
Yeah.
So what they suggested is we can put, instead of having you on the HAN, you can actually be on, it's an email listserv, which you'll get all of the information. Excuse me. But you'll get it through email instead of getting a registered HAN alert. So that might be one way to do it. If creatively you
yeah,
want
if
to
I
add
can-
him
Because
through.
I can put it on my phone, my email, and I think there's a spot for a secondary email or secondary phone.
Huh.
So I can get it, because right now I only have it sent to my email. I have high alerts sent to this, but there hasn't been any real high alerts, so
Yeah.
this one hasn't rung, I haven't gotten the HAN on this one yet.
Okay.
But all my other stuff goes right to my email at work,
Yeah.
because that's where I usually get everything is there. And if there's any other problems, my boss will call me and say, get your butt to town.
Yeah.
So we can handle it a number of different ways. I think at minimum, I'll get you on the listserv if you're
That
okay
would
with
be
that?
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will add you to the email listserv,
Mhm.
and that way you'll at least get the emails when they send out.
Mhm.
If something big is happening, trust me, they're going to be doing smoke signals to try
Yeah.
to get us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get you on the listserv, and I'll obviously offer that to Marion as well.
Okay.
We'll start with that, and then
Mhm.
if we're able to work something out with Ray's creative way of doing it, that would be fine too. Additionally, I also wanted to offer you a follow-up from a question that you had from the last meeting regarding the communicable disease report. There was enterovirus that was listed on here, and you had a question about the case. I did speak with the public health nurse, and through the follow-up, it was determined that it actually was not enterovirus.
Okay.
It was actually classified as something else.
Okay.
So I just wanted to at least follow up and let
Thank
you
you.
know that I did figure that out. And finally, one nice little fun thing here that's in your packets. We actually have a holiday open house that it's an invitation extended from the town manager. And that open house is going to be on December 18th. It should be
Oh, all right.
in your
It's
packet.
in a new packet, the one that wasn't sent out.
Yes.
All right. I thought you guys left me out.
Yeah, no, you're definitely invited.
All right.
So that invitation is extended to the board. It's a really nice little afternoon holiday open house. It's from 12 to 2 on December 18th, which is Thursday. It's right here in the Selectmen's Room. They have the high school band. They play holiday music. It's really nice. So that holiday invitation's extended to you. And additionally, you have in your packet is the latest from the state on the Ebola monitoring. Eileen and myself have participated in the updates and just trying to keep you informed of the latest paperwork going out regarding that.
Okay.
So that should be, those should be the correspondence. Additionally, there's a update on permit renewals. I'm happy to report that the permit renewals all have been sent out as of today. Eileen worked very hard on the food permit renewals with Paula, and we were able to get those out. I believe those last week?
They went
Or-
out the day after Thanksgiving.
Okay, so, yeah, so that has been
Actually,
taken care of.
Paula's been getting a ton back, and
Yeah, she's
Good.
already getting
Yeah.
checks back, and then Paula was able to finish off the rest of the permit renewals today and got those out in the mail for all the rest of the permits that we extend. So they did a great job getting that done, and I just wanted to let you know we're in good shape on getting those back. Obviously, we're going to go with the same protocol. As long as everything is postmarked by the 31st, it's okay.
Okay.
After that, we're
Then
going to
the-
start implementing the late fees.
Late fees, okay. Good.
And then the office update, I wanted to just let you know that at the selectmen's meeting this evening, we'll be announcing the building position
Oh, nice.
for full-time is going to be Caleb Moody. And that is for the conditional local building inspector.
Good.
Additionally, we have a permitting assistant position, somebody that is going to assist in the office on all administrative permitting and help out with minutes at ZBA and planning, and that's going to be Anita Shaw.
Okay.
She's been helping us out already. She started.
Good.
So I just wanted to give you that update, and I think I'm in under the wire here. That's,
Yeah, we can't start, we can start late, we can't start early, we got 2 minutes, so, anything else? How about well, yeah, we can do this. Oh, that's all you.
that's the,
The Ebola, is there anything you can talk about, that extra thing you want, or are you gonna need more time for that?
it was basically just for the paperwork
The
here.
paperwork we received?
Yep,
Okay.
and to give you the update from the state, they have been revising all of the paperwork that they would be handling for local boards of health.
Okay.
If by chance we have a case that is a suspect as high risk, that's gonna be identified from the feds through the state, and then the state would contact the local where they reside.
Okay.
So we would be following up on the cases for any high risk or moderate risk to
Okay.
low risk. So I just wanted to let you know, they have been trying to give updated documents to be able to help the locals to do that,
Yep.
as well as EMS to respond to any concerns.
Okay.
So that should be all of it. Any questions?
So we currently have no active monitoring in this.
No, not in town.
There were some in state, but not in town now.
Yeah.
We had one.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
okay.
Short time though. It was just a put himself up in a hotel for
Oh.
21 days.
Wow.
We found out about it after it had happened. The state knew about it, but we didn't. Okay. All right, so at this time, I'd like to open up the first hearing. Jack's Variety, the MOU discussion and update. Good evening, Jack. How are you tonight?
Top of the morning to you.
Hey, Jack.
I wish it was morning.
Well, it is. And
Yeah.
then when you get out, you can say good afternoon and you still have the whole day ahead of you.
Exactly.
Welcome.
All right, Jack, so we asked you to come in. Back on August 22nd, you signed an MOU with the coffee shop. I think that's the
Yep.
date that was stamped on the MOU, I believe. Yeah, August 22nd is one received to us between you and the coffees, or you and Lorna. So we're just looking to find out where we're moving on from there. What's going on from that?
Haven't sold a lot of coffee.
Okay.
So I'd like to know if we could just continue to bring it up there. don't have the funds to put any sinks.
Okay. Steve, any questions, concerns?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Eileen?
If I may.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, either one of you.
I was just going to ask, Eileen, can you just give an update, because I know you were down there recently, to just explain the operation and how it's...
Yeah, I don't know if either of you have had an opportunity to go in and see the setup. As you walk in, I did offer you a floor plan so that when I went over it, you would see it. So as you walk in the front entrance, to your left, where the cash counter is, just prior to that, he has a table set up, a folding table. He has the machine that I put in so you could see the cleaning instructions set up on it. It's direct plumbed, so the water line was put in and installed, inspected by the town, and it goes directly to the machine. So he's not filling it or emptying it. It's emptied by means of people purchasing coffee. On that table, he has displays set up. Nothing's actually on the table. He has a display set up with cups, with lids, some creamer, some specialty flavoring. That's all up. It's neat, it's clean, it's sanitary. He had cleaning agent there when I went to visit. Jack was able to give me a demonstration on how he cleaned it, and when I first opened him for this, he was able to show me how he flushed the inside.
Okay.
The machine is automatic. It tells you when it needs to be flushed. I think Jack said he's doing it daily.
We do that every day.
He does it every day, and
Okay.
if you didn't do it, I think it's based on a certain amount of cups that you can still sell till the machine says no more, you need to clean. Obviously, when you do it every day, you probably don't get that warning, but that's how it's set up, so that you would
Okay.
have to clean the interior. He has purchased 2 sets of drip tray to make
Okay.
it more convenient for him, and 2 food-grade containers with covers. So in the morning or evening, his choice when he does it, he actually takes out the drip tray, puts it in the covered thing, puts on his new clean one, goes down and does his thing at Heritage.
Okay.
I have not seen him do that. I, however, saw the equipment there. Like I said, it was clean. It was,
Okay.
nothing out of place for that. So it was a very efficient, nice setup that he has in there.
It's a good machine.
Quick question. You said it's a folding table that it's set up on?
It's, yeah, I
Like
would
a
say.
banquet table, you
A
know?
banquet
banquet
table.
table,
Okay,
not
yeah.
plastic, it's definitely heavy duty with the metal legs.
Okay, all right.
With the, and
I just got
did-
nervous because the thing machine fall and
No,
snap
and I
your
did
water
check
line.
underneath, it's got the, the metal brackets
Okay,
that lock it.
all right,
yeah.
so it is, okay. As long as it's solid, because I'd hate to, now, your direct plumbed, is it tubing or is it copper? Coming,
Copper.
copper? Is there any play in it so you can move the machine and clean underneath the machine?
At this, yes, from the copper comes to the where it actually connects.
And then you have that little loop so you can move it. Okay, I just want to make sure that it can be cleaned on the machine, because that's where I find the dirtiest areas are underneath the machines that they can't move, bread cutters, stuff like that. So that's fine, as long as you can clean in and around the machine. So Eileen, you said the cleaning, right now, the cleaning situation is working, from what you can tell?
From what I could tell, I did an unannounced site
Yep.
visit, I think about maybe November 22nd,
Okay.
and it
Was it
was,
that long ago?
well, it's only December 8th, so yeah, it's and
2
it-
weeks, 2.5 weeks.
It was as clean as the day I inspected, so.
Okay. Any questions? Steve?
Nobody wants to buy coffee out of a dirty machine.
Exactly.
It's true.
Any questions? Any comments?
What's your intended endpoint?
When I s-
The-
Right now, the business, even if I start making money in the business, as soon as there's enough cash to put the sinks in, we can put the sinks in. Right now, there's just no funds. I'm still working 80 hours a week.
Projecting?
I'm hoping by spring.
Because we had set that up for a 30-day. It's been over
Yeah.
90.
Oh, I anticipated business to grow a
Yeah.
little quicker than it is, and it's just slow on the takeoff.
Okay. Excuse me. So really, we're here we wanted an update. So really, you're coming in front of us and looking for an extension.
Right.
Okay.
But we don't have a written,
We don't have a written request for an extension,
I just
but
wanna be
yeah,
clear.
no, I understand that. It's just we called him in because it's been
sure.
over the time. We had asked last meeting, we asked Eileen, what about Jax? It's been over 30 days. What's going on? And that's why we asked you to come in front of us so we can find out what's going on. Because the MOU's here.
Yeah, it works like that. I pick up my mail on the way by.
Right now, you're not doing hot chocolate or anything else. You're just doing the coffee, correct?
Right.
Okay. Any plans to bring in hot coffee or anything like that? I mean, hot chocolate or anything like that? Not right now.
Nope, just what goes in that
Just
machine.
in the coffee machine.
And the creamers are either refrigerated or
Non-PHF,
so.
non-dairy.
And it's not, I don't know if I explained this when he first opened. While some of the machines showed the K-cups going in and you would have to empty it,
Yeah.
that's not the machine that he went.
No, you told us it's the one that flips it back and...
No.
No, it's a cartridge, and Jack, you can
It's a,
explain that to him.
It's an on-demand coffee system. I know you guys were concerned about all of the cups.
Yep.
So what I did is I went with the one from Dow Egbert. It looks like a huge milk container
Okay.
with a nipple that comes out, you put it into the machine.
Mhm.
And it's an on-demand coffee. There's no cups, there's no grounds, there is absolutely nothing in that machine.
It's liquid,
Okay. All right.
It's a liquid concentrate.
and it looks similar to this picture here that you have in your
Yeah.
packets. It's
Yeah, I saw that.
There's no removable parts. The only removable part of the whole thing is the drip.
Is the drip tray and the screen. Okay.
No screen, just
Well,
a drip tray.
Well, the
Oh,
drip tray comes apart, right? The
Yeah.
that's what I call the screen, just a little top part. All right. All right. Well, that's our update. Any questions, concerns, motions? You're still.
What do we have?
There's
no request.
Well, there was no request, so we need a request in writing. So. All right. Well, you gave us an update, Jack. What I would request from you is to get a written request to extend the MOU.
Okay.
Okay? We asked you to come in because we want to know what was going on. You told us what was going on, and now we'd like you to give a written request because it was a 30-day MOU, and now we're past 90. So if you want to write it up,
Been that long already?
it was August 22nd that we received it, and now we're in December.
Boy, how time flies. when
Yeah,
you're
it
having
does.
Fun, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
or when you're working 80 hours a week. So Yeah, if you could put together something and
I'm
get it
going
to
down to
us.
76, by the way.
Oh, good for you. You're taking 4 hours off. That's good. Yeah, if you could get us another MOU, you have the MOU. What I would do is if you have a copy of that, talk to Lorna, see if you can extend it.
Okay.
Get it into Eileen and Darlene, and then we can vote on it at our next meeting.
Okay, yeah, she's in every couple of days anyway.
Okay. So, do you have any other questions, concerns?
Well, I just, the MOU is in place. If there's a request to extend it, we should probably identify, so that we're not, continuing to keep, having, Jack come back.
Okay.
If there's.
Yeah, this is a long trip for me. Took me a while to get here.
I know it probably took you a little bit to
Gotta
Well,
be 3
try to
minutes.
A little longer
get
than
the
me.
store covered though, right?
So,
You know, if what it is that Jack is identifying is if he is looking at the springtime for installation of the sinks, I think probably the request may be specific on
Give
what
us
it is you're requesting.
Yeah.
So if it's a request to extend the timeline to a certain, you know, a certain date of when the sinks are going to be installed, or if there's something else that you're requesting. I mean, I think we already had the MOU in place. This was something that, you know, Eileen worked hard to get together for the MOU, so I think the logistics of how it works, it sounds like Eileen's taken a look at it, she's seen the operation, she is happy with the containers that he's using, the actual machine appears to be clean and sanitized, so I think that all is in place, but if what it is that you want identified is when the request is going to, or what the ultimate goal is going to be. Because, I mean, with other establishments in town.
We do put a deadline.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean, I can't see extending this indefinitely,
no,
unfortunately.
we can't come back every 60 or 90 days and say, okay, I still don't have this. This is what I'm going to suggest. And you can disagree if you want. Let's put an end date on this. Let's say, I'm just spitballing a number. Let's say, okay, write something up by April 1st, I will make a decision on whether to stop coffee service or put in the sinks. That way, because if we don't give you a deadline, Jack, it's going to be like 60 days from now, nah, Ray, I need to extend it more. So we kind of, I see if we put a deadline, it gives you thinking on what you have to do and where we have to go with it. So if you can get together with Eileen and write up, I'm just spitballing the numbers. I don't know if that works for you or if you want, but I'm saying it's been 3 months already. I hate to give you another 3 or 4 months because we need to get this in. But if that works for you, give you some time. You said spring. If we can give a end date and say, okay, by April 1st, I will either remove the coffee service from the store or I will have either plans or purchase the sink to be put in. And then from there we can figure it out.
Okay.
If that, I just want to have some kind of target goal. And I think if you can put something together like that, then we can vote on it at the next meeting.
Okay. that's
All right, so kind of get a date, sit with Eileen, figure out what's going to work, and then bring it in front of us, and then we can vote on it as a
We'll do
board.
lunch.
So,
Probably in the duration part is where the changes would be.
Yeah.
yeah.
So if you
I should have a copy of that.
You
Yeah.
do, and certainly
Well,
I can
You think I
email,
do.
I can
Yeah.
email you a copy.
You can get a copy. We all have copies, so you can get a copy. Here,
I was gonna say, I probably.
Here's my
don't have
copy.
it.
Oh, boy, I got a new
you
copy.
can have that one.
Yeah.
So, oh, and actually, this could be the back page of it, but actually not signed, so. All right, any,
No, that was the original one
this
that
was
I
the
got.
original little hint.
That they had done.
Anything else you have for us, Jack, tonight? Or is that kind of?
Tonight.
All right. So if you can just keep in touch with Eileen, keep working with her. By the next meeting, we hope to have something so we can vote on it. If we don't, we'll call you in front of us again to find out what's going on. All right. 'cause
Sounds like a plan.
We need to just have an end date for this. Okay. Thanks for coming in, Jack. I
Thank
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Jack,
folks.
have a good
Do I
night.
have a
Jack.
motion to close the hearing?
Was it a hearing or just?
It was a hearing.
Okay.
Well, it
motion to
was
close.
listed as a hearing, so
Okay, motion to close.
I second the motion. How do you vote?
Aye.
Aye.
2-0, close the hearing for Jack's Variety. Okay, we're running a little bit late. It's now 6 o'clock. We now have 425 Rochdale Street. This was Mr. Ron Brooks. Well variance. Come on up, Ron. How you doing today, sir?
Good, how are you?
Good. Okay.
Ms. Brooks? So we have,
Send somebody up with it.
So this is, I'm figuring this is the inspection report, Title V, correct?
this is, yeah, so
Okay.
in your packets, you have the last page of the Title V inspection form, which is the only thing that we required on this. And let me just give you a little bit of background on this particular property. So 425 Rochdale Street applied for a building permit to put on an addition to the existing dwelling. The permit application went through the building side, and in the process of the review, the Board of Health discovered that there was a septic and well at this location. That at the time that we were made aware of this, the building was already being constructed. So this addition was being put onto the dwelling. The foundation was already in.
Okay.
It came through our department, and I spoke to Mr. Brooks and actually did a site visit early on as soon as I found out, and went out to the property. Mr. Brooks was able to show me the approximate septic location, and there was a wellhead that was above ground. So I was able to view that in plain sight, and spoke to him regarding what the setup for the septic and well. My first concern was if there was additional bedrooms that were being added to the property. I worked through that. These are the actual plans that Mr. Brooks had submitted for the building department. So we had looked at the plans and also the plan layout, and had determined that it was not going to add any additional flow.
Okay.
The way that the property, I'm sorry, the way that the layout is set up.
Yep.
This probably shows you a good scenario on it. So the house as it
And
is.
this is the frontage right here coming
Yeah,
up.
so this is the front of the house, as you can see when you come up the driveway. It's set up actually very similar to the way he has the drawing here.
Yep.
So this is the garage. There's a room above the garage that's storage, not heated. This is the family room, kitchen, all this. He has 2 rooms downstairs, and then the addition that comes on the side of the house. This is actually the addition that we're talking about.
Yep.
And then if you were to take a look at this
Yep, the little
drawing
one,
that
yeah.
you have in your packet for
Yep.
Title V, I had Mr. Brooks contact a Title V inspector to locate the system components for the septic as well as the well, and that will give you the locations
Yep.
and setback distances. As you can see, the septic tank, which is in far
Frontage.
right in the front of the house, but there's a considerable grade change. It's actually kind of at the bottom of the hill.
Okay.
The well is...
Well, a septic tank is maybe 100 and something feet
Yeah.
from the house.
Yep.
Then
98
it
feet.
runs about 500 feet down into the leach field.
Sure.
Yeah, because you're
So
down
you're
the
bottom
hill.
of
Yeah, I know the house
Yeah.
sits up on top of
Yep.
the hill.
The well, however, if you notice, has 2 ties, so from the existing point of the house,
Yep.
and then the new foundation.
Okay.
So the least
losing
amount,
2
we
feet.
have 12 feet 6 inches.
Yep.
It's currently on the original structure, 14.6.
Yep.
Right,
Okay.
so 14.6 and 12.6. By the time I found out about the plans and did the site visit, this foundation was already in.
Okay.
So, excuse me, that's important to note. So this, we actually just got this recently.
Yep.
This came in last week. Like I said, Title V inspector was able to confirm these setback distances. The reason that this is before you is because in speaking with Mr. Brooks, he has a well that is less than the 20 feet setback distance that's required under
Yep.
our well regulation. And basically through no fault of his own, because we were not made aware of
Yeah.
the application until the process had already started.
Okay.
So moving forward, we have the locations. There's no increase in design flow that's going to impact the septic through the plan layouts and through the site visit. The septic is, for all intents and purposes, approximately 100 feet away.
It all comes
from
out the front,
addition.
nothing going out the back?
Correct.
Okay, so there's nothing, there's no crossing of the pipes?
Nope.
All right, that's
The
fine.
concern is for the well.
The well, yeah.
So in speaking with Mr. Brooks, when the foundation went in, I asked if he had any problems with the well quality, and he reported that he did not.
Okay.
He also reported he has very good quantity, good producing well, and has been, very happy with the quality and
Okay.
quantity. Also speaking with him, just because this was obviously coming before the board and a request for well variance that he brought in this evening. So that's the actual written request. I did ask if him or his wife have had a recent well quality test, and he has not.
Okay.
So he didn't report any reason to have it when the foundation went in, but obviously wanted to give you all the information
Okay.
in order to move forward in making a decision.
So adding a sewing room, you can start some sewing. Good job, Ron. You gonna make Sharon some nice some sweaters and stuff?
Oh, yeah. I'll make her a sweater.
Okay, anyways, so comments, concerns? No. I mean, it looks like the well was 14.6 away from the original foundation, so at
And
some
now it's
point,
12.6.
it must, yeah, but the original one was 14.6, so I'm looking at, there must have been a variance back when the house was built. That was 20,
I-
20,
What year was the house built?
85, 86.
86.
It might
I
be
don't- I don't
before the well
remember any.
regulations.
When the
Yeah.
well regulations
I don't know.
went into
So-
Well,
effect.
regulations 93?
93, so it was pre,
86 is when the well regulations went
yeah,
into effect.
I think you built in 85.
Yep.
Freshman year, Tony's freshman or sophomore year, I think is when you built the house.
So it was probably prior to the actual
Well,
well
regs,
regulations?
so.
But we
It's
could
an
maybe
existing
like
well. I mean, the new addition would throw things out, but we didn't get the information ahead of time.
Now, normally this process would work that if he were to propose doing that, it would have been the process to come before the board.
Yeah.
To ask
Yeah.
for the setback distance to be
Yeah,
considered as a variance.
If I knew that, I would have.
yeah.
Mhm.
So, all right. Any other concerns from the department?
No, just the, like I said, the no recent testing.
Okay.
And again, he didn't report any concern.
Okay.
But obviously,
The foundation is in.
foundation is
How
already
far,
in.
how far out from the edge of the foundation was the soil disturbed?
Just like, it comes out 16 feet. And at the foundation, where we, against the house,
Mhm.
it may be dug 4.5, 5 feet, because the land tapers down.
Right.
Over here, we had to put back, so it's only digging for maybe 8 feet out that we really took stuff out.
So the 12.6 setback from the foundation to the well, how close to the well was the
That comes
actual
off the back side, it
excavation?
comes off
Yeah.
to the side, it doesn't go in line with where the road is.
Okay.
It's like off to the back.
All right. I think what Steve's asking is how close did they come to the wellhead when they were doing work around the
When you were
foundation?
excavating for the
Have you-
foundation?
Probably that 12.6.
12, you think they
So
went
they
right
pretty
there,
much
cut
did.
pretty much cut the line
I
and
was
dropped it?
careful, I didn't want them to take one piece of grass out of mine.
Oh.
They probably didn't want to work there anymore. when it was done, but
I'll make no comment on that, but.
Neither will I.
Does that include our discussion?
Yeah, unless you have anything else to say.
Motion to close the evidentiary and discussion portion of the hearing.
I'll second the motion to close the evidentiary and discussion.
Aye.
Aye, 2-0.
Then make a motion to accept and approve the requested variance to have the well set 12 feet 6 from the outside corner of the new foundation,
12 feet 6?
That's,
12
yes,
feet,
12 feet
6
6 inches, according to the plan
according
here.
to the plan, with the provision of a Title V well test. I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, I'd want both.
We have to give the 14.6 off one corner and 12.6
All
off
right,
the
and a
other.
14
for
foot
both
6
sets.
inch off the other corner.
So the new addition is 12 feet 6 inches, and
original
the
house
existing
is-
is 14 feet 6 inches.
And require a Title V well test within 30 days of completion. Does that sound reasonable? Of the
What's a
project.
Title V well
The Title V scan is going to be, it's a well quality test, and basically they're going to test for coliform. If it's positive for coliform, they'll test for E. coli. Where you're not reporting anything that is, that's concerning to you, most likely, if there was gonna be any disturbance, it would have happened.
would've happened
when
already.
the foundation went in.
Yeah,
I would imagine that you have, they're not anywhere close to each other, your septic and your well. I don't know if you have in the back of the property, there's some higher ground, so I don't know if there's any farms or anything in the back. That might be the only concern, if there's any washing down towards the well, but your well, I think, looks like it has a good seal on it, as far as the head,
And there shouldn't be any, any damage would have been seen, any seepage would have come quick once they put the,
you wanna second my motion, or?
yeah, we're discussing the motion first.
Okay,
but-
that's all right.
All
Well,
right.
if it's a pitless adapter, I'm assuming if there was any damage to that during the heavy equipment moving, that could lead to a
Oh,
leakage.
it's a mini excavator, it's my own.
Yeah, okay.
So,
It's still disturbing the ground around the well. There's
Yeah.
always a risk of having the well to the house pipe damaged.
And if you haven't had a well
We were
qual-
from where the well is, that 12 feet going that way.
Yeah.
We didn't.
and it's not a bad idea to have a well test every once in a while,
No,
just in
no,
case.
no.
So I mean, if you have this one done 15, 20 years, you want to do another one, that's great. It's just there could be other stuff seeping into your well, and want to make sure it's safe. So it's always a good when we have something like this and we do the variance. We almost always ask for a well test just for your own safety. Okay. So let me second them. Oh, do you want to ask anything before we finish the
Yeah,
motion?
I just want to, in the motion, you can require the Title V scan, just for the coliform, but he can also, obviously, he can test for other things if he
Yeah.
wanted to. in
Yeah, I
advance.
think all we have to worry about is a coliform. So.
Predominantly coliform, sure.
So you just want the coliform?
So, all right, so we have a motion on the floor to accept the request of variance for the well from 14 feet 6 inches from the original building and 12 feet 6 inches from the new addition, with the requirement of a Title V scan for coliform within 30 days. Did I get that right? All right, I second the
30 days
motion.
From now.
No, completion.
From completion, 30 days from completion of, so if
So-
it's completed, then now, but if it's not completed yet, once you complete it, 30 days.
So if I may?
Yep.
We could probably do it as a condition before he gets his certificate of occupancy for the room.
That,
'Cause I
yeah,
think
that's,
you're getting
yeah,
close.
you have to get the certificate of occupancy anyway, so, yeah, I mean, that's fine, 'cause it's just a sheet, so. I second that motion, and it's a roll call vote. Steve, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ray votes aye. 2-0 to let Mr. Brooks have his well at that distance
From the
and get the
soil.
test.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
could just go ahead and get
Absolutely.
it now.
Yep,
Yep.
you can,
You can, I can call you and you can
Yeah.
tell me where I'd like
Yep,
to.
and we can tell you the labs in the area.
You're all
I
set,
just
sir?
like to say she's most efficient,
Good,
thorough, and cordial,
good, I'm glad to hear
and
it.
helpful.
Good.
Enjoy your new
Thank you.
room.
Hey, Ryan,
Just
Merry
like
Christmas.
your
Merry
night.
Christmas, Ron. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brooks.
Okay,
Can I take
it
a
is,
5-minute recess?
take a 5-minute recess.
Thank you.
I'll be right back. All right, thank you. We are now going to continue with the meeting. I'd like to open the hearing for Dinky's Reptiles and Aquatics with a request for a permit expiration date extension. Okay, so go ahead, give it to us.
Okay, so in your packet, you actually have a written request from Brian Shumsey from Dinky's Reptiles and Aquatics. This is a new pet store that we just opened last week, and we because we opened it in December, the applicant knew that permit renewals were going to be coming through any time. Did explain that the permitting process, it goes from the calendar year January 1st to December 31st. So he did put in a written request to have the board review it and consider extending the permit through 2015.
Okay.
So that is what is before you. I can tell you that the permitting for the pet shop has been complete.
Okay. And when he paid for his permit I'm figuring November, he paid for the permit to open December?
We received the permit application November 21st.
Okay, so he's 3 weeks open. And he paid the full permit fee, correct?
He paid the full permit
Because we
fee.
don't do,
But yeah, but he hasn't been open for 3 weeks. He's been open since December 1st.
Okay, so I paid the permit fee, so to me it's, you have any questions on this one?
We allowed these before when they're less than 30 days.
Usually November and December we've kind of allowed,
All right,
kind of give them that free period.
motion to close the
Evidence.
evidentiary and discussion.
Second the motion, how do you vote?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
I make a motion to extend the permit until December 31st of 2015.
I second the motion, how do you vote?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Thank you very much.
no
Motion
problem.
to close the hearing?
I second the motion, how do you vote?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, at this point, it is 6:19. I would like to open the hearing for Cake Addiction by Bree. And looks like we have another request for a permit extension, correct?
Yes, that's correct. So, Cake Addictions by Bree is a residential kitchen that we
Okay.
opened recently as well. Before you, in your packets, we also have a written request from Brianna Brusso, who is the owner of Cake Addictions by Bree. And she's also requesting that the permit for the residential kitchen be extended into 2015.
All right, what do you got for us?
So Ms. Brusa submitted the application. I'm actually going to have Eileen maybe help out on this one. She submitted the application in October.
She had a long process. When she submitted her ZIR, it was determined that she needed to go to a special zoning hearing. So she went to the zoning board of appeals and they approved her, and she got everything ready to open thinking that was her approval from the town.
Yep.
And so then she had to backtrack and come apply to us. So she applied to us probably, we got the application, that was October 15th, maybe that week.
Yep.
With the actual fees. And I went out and did the inspection, but our first actual event was going to be a temporary food event at the Harvest Festival.
Okay.
And so we also issued her an annual permit for October 28th. So she got the kitchen up and ready for me to inspect so that she could bake her goods for October 28th
Okay.
for the Harvest Festival. So that's actually, she paid again another fee on, I think, the 26th to be part of that. So she actually is requesting both her annual fee permit and her residential kitchen fee permit. But her annual fee permit, she was able, we were able to quickly get her through so she could do the Fall Festival, and she is going to also do the Holiday Craft Fair this Saturday. So she is
You
doing
get two.
two,
Okay.
which equals her 100 for the temporary.
What? All right.
So she actually utilized the permit in
Yeah.
October,
Okay.
correct?
She did.
So,
For, which She did utilize that permit, and she did pay another additional $100
Yeah.
for an annual permit to do them 2 events.
Yeah, 'cause
One
it-
this Saturday, one that
It
Saturday.
says I am requesting my permit $100 be able to be carried over next year. I'm also requesting my food permit $100. So one is the annual permit and one is the kitchen permit.
And the annual permit, we charge $50 per temporary event,
Event.
or $100 for the year
Yeah.
if you have another. So what she tried to do was get her residential permit, so she would be allowed
Yeah.
her annual permit.
Okay.
So that's how she worked.
All right. Okay. Any more evidence or discussion?
I just wanted to point out, I think that I have been familiar with people that have asked for extensions in both November and December, but have not been part of people asking for them for October.
We did have a couple in the past in October. They went 2 different ways on those. There was one was beginning of October, one was like the 29th of October, so we allowed the 29th, didn't allow the other. Because the other one they were fully open and operational and 3 months working. So it was a small permit from what I remember. That was a long time ago.
So what's the actual date on the permit that was issued?
Well, the date of
Or is
this
it-
request is October 15th.
Mm-hmm.
The date of the permit is October 3rd for the residential kitchen.
And I went out and did my inspection.
Okay. Do we have a motion to close the evidentiary so we can have discussion?
October 3rd.
Motion
Yeah.
to close
And
evidentiary.
then
I second the motion.
she
How do you
applied
vote?
on,
Aye.
Alright, evidentiary is
That's it.
done, now it's discussion. Okay, the annual food permit, the one that we have so people can join many events, I feel she got use out of that. Because anybody else, if they just walked in, would have to pay 50 and then 50. That one paid for the 2. Next year, if she pays the 100 again, she can do 10. And she's gonna make it up anyways. So that one, my position would be, you got your use out of that one, we can do that one again. The other one, what do you think? I'm on the fence.
October 3rd was the kitchen.
Yeah, October 3rd was the kitchen.
And when did she actually,
The first event was the harvest,
that was her first,
and when was that one?
October
18th.
18th?
18th,
October 18th.
after the month. Split right down the middle. I'm okay with one.
yeah.
I don't know how you feel about that. I mean, I hate to, it's a new business in town, I'm not looking to,
Yeah.
Eileen did her inspection on October 3rd for the residential
for the
kitchen.
residential kitchen was
And
it
that's
the
also
inspection?
when we issued the permit for her to operate with some conditions, but she did have permit to operate on October 3rd.
Okay,
And I think you have, everything is date stamped as to when we
Yeah.
got it,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Plus
Mhm.
the application.
Yeah, I
That's
saw
the-
that, yeah.
That's the original.
And on your inspections, everything went smoothly?
It did.
I know there was, when we revised the food codes
yeah,
2 years ago,
last year.
last year, there was some angst on home kitchens.
Yeah,
but-
I don't like home kitchens.
Yeah, she actually, they have a room off of the kitchen that has French doors that have closed, that is entirely set up for her.
Okay.
It has its own refrigerator. She is using the dishwasher,
Yeah.
which does have a sanitization function that I checked. But other than that, she has all her own counter space, cabinet space, refrigeration, and equipment in that little room.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Any other discussion? What are you thinking?
At some point, we're gonna have to decide where the line in
I
the
know,
sand
I know.
lives, but, I'll make a motion to close the discussion.
Second that
portion
motion?
of the hearing.
How do you vote?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so now we need a motion. That's what I love, I don't have to make motions.
All right. I shall make a motion to
can make two if you want. You can separate the two requests if you want, or you can put them together. It's your
I'm gonna
call.
put them together.
Okay.
To deny the request to extend the expiration date of the event permit. Am I
The
saying
annual.
that right? Annual event permit
Yeah, to deny the request,
for the
to-
extension of the
Yeah, the
dead-
extension
of the,
to 2015
of the event permit,
annual event.
but to approve the request to extend the expiration of the residential kitchen license to December 31st, 2015.
I second that motion. And roll call vote. Steve, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ray votes aye.
Thank you.
Okay. So,
Motion to close the hearing
oh,
on
yes.
256 Mulberry Street.
Second.
Take additions by Brady.
Okay. I second that motion. How do you vote?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next thing on the agenda is meeting schedule. Unless something comes up, I'd like to table the 22nd. All right, you good with that? I think Darlene's good with that. I haven't seen her smile that big all night. Okay, and then we have two set up for January. I didn't bring my calendar, but the 12th and the 26th look okay to me. Steve, you're the one who is the most difficulty, so
Yeah,
I'll go
so
with
far, I
you.
don't have my January work schedule, so we'll just keep
Okay.
it. I do put the second and fourth Mondays off.
And what can happen is if you end up working the 12th, we can table the 12th and go to the other one. Give everybody a nice long winter break.
Okay.
But yeah, so that works for me. We can set those two, please, Paula.
Yes.
Those two dates. I know you usually do them in advance for us, anyways. All right. If there is any other questions or concerns,
Motion to close the meeting.
I second that motion. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
And happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah and joyous Kwanzaa.